Women for Independence, and we are part of the wider Yes campaign. So I want to explain where we came from and why we need Women for Independence. But I'm just panicking a wee bit because I'm looking around here at all the Christmas decorations and I'm thinking I haven't done a single thing. So I'm a wee bit overwhelmed by the Christmas trees and the decor and all that. So back to the important things like independence. Women for Independence was formed just over a year ago, in fact it might be a little bit longer than that now, by myself and other women who were really concerned about the apparent gap in support for independence between women and men, but also about the way the debate was being conducted and the issues that were being discussed and the lack of women in the Newsnight studios, on the news, in the documentaries discussing independence, because we were really concerned, given that women are 52% of the population, if we don't persuade women to support independence, we won't get a yes vote. And even if everybody had brought in the SNP in a landslide victory in 2011 to get the majority that was never supposed to happen in the Scottish Parliament, voted yes, it's not enough. So we have a big job to do. Now for people like me who have supported independence, so I was very, very, very young, but 11 or 12, I can't remember exactly. It seems obvious, it's common sense. I'm 48 years old now. For the vast majority of my lifetime, I have lived under a government in Westminster that Scotland didn't vote for. It's a fundamental democratic right to have a government that the people decide, to have a government that sets policies that we vote for. For the majority of my lifetime, and I'm only a man now, I have not had a government that my country has voted for. I don't think that's acceptable in a so-called liberal Western democracy. And it's about time we understood that we actually do have the power to change that. Women for Independence doesn't have policies. Doesn't mean that we're not political. Doesn't mean that we don't talk politics. Part of what Women for Independence was set up to do was to make sure women were heard, to make sure women were listened to, but to create a space where women, uninhibited by all the things that sometimes happen in the world of politics, can discuss what kind of Scotland we want to live in. So my view of the independent Scotland I want to live in is just my view, it's exactly that. And diversity and plurality of political opinions in Women's Independence is not only welcomed, it's actively encouraged. Because part of gaining independence is about reviving our democracy. People generally are sick fed up with politics as it is just now. They say, what's the point? Nothing ever changes. We're all the same. Well, this is the opportunity to change that and take control, rather than the economy, our jobs, being beholden to people who think they can pull the rug away from an industry like that in Grangemouth, from his comfortable yacht, sailing in the ocean, and decide the future of thousands and thousands of people's jobs. How dare he? And it is time that we were angry enough to say, how dare he? It need not be like that. Are we going to get... Sorry. So the question is a UK government, most of whom have been Tory governments in my lifetime, going to tackle the big corporations like Ineos? Is a UK government going to stand up to the chief executive sailing in their yacht in the ocean? What do you think the chances are? Now, I wouldn't guarantee that a government in Edinburgh would do that either. But I like to think, with the overwhelming support for public ownership in Scotland that there is. That people who are currently in government in the Scottish Parliament would be very frightened of losing power if they were to fly in the face of that democratic will of the Scottish people if they happened to be the government that was returned in the So I think the chances of having a much more progressive world in Scotland are, and the evidence shows us that, greater with independence. Independence for me is a fundamental right in itself, but it gives us the power to live in a country and a society that Scotland is more likely to vote for, which reflects Scotland's values and more likely to deliver progressive redistribution of wealth, more likely to deliver public ownership, more likely to stand up to corporate bullies. I think the bedroom tax was already mentioned. I currently am working, but I'm also, I went back to uni for